She make me nervous.
Yes, I knew it.
She said, "Do you come from an land down under? Hey, all right. Welcome, everybody, to episode 4 of Let's Talk Phys Ed. I am your host, Jason Steele, and with me, as always, tonight is Tanner Rose. Tanner.
Hey, everybody. We've got a special guest visiting us tonight, all the way from Australia. We got Christina Polotakjo, and we're really excited to have Miss Physical Education here.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me. And I love the song. I could have guessed it was those boys are going to be playing in the background. So great intro, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Always awesome to have our Australian sista from another mista.
Oh, yeah.
Right, mate? Is that
That's
right?
it, mate.
Did I use that right, mate?
That's fine, mate.
And, there we go. We know each other kind of through social media. This is the first time face-to-face really kind of that we've ever spoke. And we've been noticing, Tanner and I have been noticing on social media that you kind of went on a little, I don't know how you'd call it, like an Australian walkabout, right? Recently, you kind of went all over the place. So you were in Shape Nashville, and then you kind of traveled all over. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to receive some time off to attend Shape Nashville, and this is my first time attending a Shape America conference, and I was just blown away about what I saw and what I learned and who I met. And my expectations were pretty, oh yeah, I've heard about this, but when I walked into the convention, it was just like, whoa, there's just so much things happening, and it was just awesome. I was lucky enough to support, as a guard named Wayne Schultz, who ran a T20 striking and fielding session, and which was a huge success for those boys. And I was just really proud the way they were able to fly the Aussie flag and to introduce the Americans and other people from around the world that what cricket can offer for all primary schools and secondary schools and in any form of education. So I attended 3 days of the 5 days, and I got to meet my phys ed rock stars, and from Sarah to Naomi to Patty to Maddie to Pete, Alex Adams, Steph, you name them all, and it was just so cool to see them live. And they're just normal people like we are, but for me they're really famous. So I was a bit blown away, a bit starstruck. So, but now they're my mates, so they're my friends, and I can connect with them, and I can rely on these people in case, for phys ed stuff or educational purpose. So it's just, I feel much more comfortable knowing that I don't just talk to them on social media. I've now met them and know how they look like and what they look like, I should say. And so then I went on to my little walkabout to across America, so New York, and it was just meant to be just a bit of a holiday bit for me. But then I got the teaching bug, so I got in contact with Sarah Wood, and she was lovely enough for me to come down and visit her school. Took a lesson with her younger students, and I introduced some bit of a different things that I use in my PE classroom, and then went all over to Ireland, England, and again I visited a school in Ireland. I can't say the name. Crockwell. You think I've got a bad accent, man? They're hard to understand, the Irish.
Oh, I'm
they're really hard.
Now that I kind of listen to you a little bit, now I kind of get it. But
yeah, and so I spent a bit of time at a school down there, at a primary school, and it was just an amazing experience. But I always thought schools would be so different, but they're not. They're the same. They go outside, they go inside, they learn, they put their bags down, they listen to the teacher. And it was just an amazing experience just to have the opportunity to teach other students from around the world. So, and then I got stuck in Frankfurt Airport for a couple of days and lost my luggage. But other than that, I had a great time.
Well,
I heard you got it back.
Sounds awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you took my question. I was going to ask you about your experience with Sarah Wood and teaching in NYC and how that's similar or how it's different than what you're accustomed to. Can you tell us a little bit more about that experience?
Yeah, I think it's very similar. Like Sarah Wood's got definitely the same passion as I do, and she was just so excited to have me there. I guess, going into an elementary school, the layout's a bit different to our school, where we have an open learning areas where there's no doors in our school, so students can walk from class to class don't have to knock. You just walk in. Our gym is probably a bit bigger to what they have. We're pretty lucky in terms of the storage or the equipment that we have to compare to Sarah's group. But in terms of that, Sarah's very creative, and she welcomed with open arms with me. And the students were just so excited, and they were asking, where's Australia, about the kangaroos, about the koalas. So I took them on a bit of an adventure, an outback adventure with them. So it's similar because we're there for the same reasons. It's just to get the kids moving, get the kids learning, to become better thinkers, learners, and outstanding students' everyday lives.
Awesome.
Love
Fantastic. That. So
yeah.
Can you tell us a little about, give us real quick answer. What is something about Australia that maybe has this stereotype that everybody believes or thinks, or maybe something about Australia that most people don't know off the top of your head? Sorry, we cut to the start maybe.
No, about what, in regards to teaching or in general?
In general.
Yeah.
We love to have a good time. You know what? Actually, I'm going to tell you this. I should have had a photo. Well, I had a kangaroo in my front yard. So before I left,
like today, or just like a little bit ago?
No. Before I left for the States, so it would have been about mid-March. I had a kangaroo in my front yard. No joke. I'm in a country estate, but it's only about 10 kilometres from the airport. But they do hop around. So I did have a kangaroo on my front lawn. So that it is true.
That's amazing.
So that does happen.
They are alive. They are real.
They're not just in zoos?
They're not in the books. They're not in the zoos. They're out in the country.
My son wanted me to ask you about kangaroos. He sleeps with one every night since he's been about one. So he wanted me to for sure ask him.
Just don't go up to them and pat them. They've got claws.
Okay.
They're not friendly
I'll
animals.
remember that. Listen, if I ever see one in North Dakota, I think
back off.
We've got more problems than me worrying about going up and at one. So.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Now, you recently you tweeted about something called Around the World with Newbury Airlines for your 5 and 6 sports day. It looks really cool. I saw you had flags on your tweet, whatever it was, a bunch of different countries. Can you tell us kind of how you did your multicultural stuff with that?
Yeah, so I guess you guys call it field day. We call it a sports day or a house sports day, where students are broken into 4 different house groups and they represent their house colours on that day. So I wanted to go away from the traditional sports where we do the relays, the hurdles, the long jumps and anything like that, and turn into a theme. So I guess what I've seen on Twitter through Pete, through other people who do theme in their field day. So I wanted to do something clever like that. So I tied it in with the Commonwealth Games, with the World Cup, so with our multicultural students in our school, and turned into a bit of a country fest. So where we travel around the world and we're going to doing different various activities. So for example, I did see this activity on Twitter. So we're going to Italy, so we're going to do a pizza delivery activity. We're going to Mexico, we're going to do a beach volleyball style activity. We're going to Australia, so we're going to leap over the crocodiles, so, leaping over a bit of a baby pool. So it's just thinking outside the square for the students that don't get to do these things at home, will not experience this probably at high school level, and get them to have fun. That's such an important thing in primary phys ed, in all phys ed areas, is they need to have fun, because that's how we get them in there. And once they have fun, they learn that this is so cool. We're not just learning about the traditional things, which they still love, the basketball, the soccer, the footy, but we need to really dig deep and think, what else can we do to get them, make them a bit more creative and get them to think outside the square. So they're visualising, they're learning as they're jumping over the pool, over the crocodiles. So that's where we're heading towards with Around the World, and introducing the cultures of the school as well.
Awesome.
That's great.
So now, real quick, are you planning to make the Shape Tampa?
Well, my plan is for next year to head to the EP. Oh my God, the
EPEW?
that one
In California?
in July in California, and also PE Institute because they're close by. I'll be able to get some time off and do both. So, and a lot of people ask me in Shape Nashville, how did you get time off work? Because people struggle to get a couple of days just to attend a conference, and that blew me away because I thought, well, hang on, it's professional development. It's a win-win situation. You go there, your experience, and then you take it back to your school. So I think that's where we're lacking in Australia, where we are very flexible in terms of our time off, or depending on your boss, on your principal. Mm-hmm. But I know my school very, very, what's the word? Help me out, boys. They encourage me to go, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, so you kind of ruined my question then, since you're not going to be at Shape Tampa, but we're going to ask it anyway. Just
yeah.
Change the wording.
If you are in Tampa, would you be down for a game of spike ball?
Yes. Yes, okay. We played that. Yep.
Now, you're going to play against Tanner and I.
Yes.
Pick your partner.
Oh. Any, mini, money, mo.
You're going to play against us.
Yeah. Oh, against us. But I thought I had to choose a partner.
You pick your partner to play against us.
Pick somebody else.
Oh, I'm going to go. Oh, okay. Jason, I have to go against you because you're my brother from another mother. And we know we're family now. So we're going to, it's a brother and sister game.
Okay. So now me and you, we're playing against Tanner and who are we playing against? Tanner and...
Can I pick?
Yes, Tanner can pick.
Yes.
Oh, I want Andy Hare.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now, Christina, you and I against Tanner and Andy.
Yep.
Who wins? And remember, I'm extremely athletic and quick, and I did not lose when we were at Central District.
Well,
and I'm sorry,
I was your partner.
Oh, yeah.
And I reckon
my partner.
And I reckon if Andy Hare was here too, he'd say the same thing.
Okay, well, listen. You guys.
You know what? Hey, game on though. Game on. Game on. Let's put a couple of cones on it. A couple of these.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a little bouncy pad that you can bounce.
Oh, I've seen those.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So if we make it, that's who. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
on.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm going to skip a couple questions here. So let's see. I'm going to head down to the bottom of that, Jason, just so you know.
Sounds good.
All right. So I've been on social media for about a year and maybe a little bit longer. And one of the first things that I did that was really big for me this school year was I checked out the Phys Ed Summit. And that's where I was introduced to the Miss Physical Education website and kind of got exposed to you and what you do. Can you tell us a little bit more about that website and kind of promote it so everybody else can see what that's like?
Yeah, so I started that website a couple of years ago just to put more things on instead of just the folder. I thought, oh, let's share it to the rest of the world. If it makes use for them, then happy days. If not, no stress. So it's just more of a platform for other educators to get inspired and to gain some ideas. And I've recently just teamed up with, a website designer who's designed my website. And so I've gone to the next level just to manage my profile a bit more. But I do more so with my Facebook page, where that's my starting platform, Miss Physical Education Facebook page. And then I'm able to then transfer it onto my website, because I've noticed that my Facebook page gets more hits in terms of immediate results, question and answer. There's a lot of people who spend the time talking to me one-on-one on the side. And that for me is the greatest reward, because that's what we're here for. We're not here for lifting our profiles. We're here to lift the students' profiles, and how can we help all the students around the world, because everyone's different. They all learn differently. But if I can help one teacher, then that means I've helped 300, 400 students. So that for me is the greatest reward. But I must admit, when I do create my resources, I think about my students first and what's going to benefit them, and then I share it. So my students come first, and then the audience, they come next, because then they can use it in their own time. So it's just something that I love to do and love to use, and it's gone out of this world. I didn't expect it to go from, you can't see it, but from here to there. So,
absolutely,
which is great.
Well,
fantastic.
I will say that I got observed.
My fault. Just the co-host wants to talk, you guys.
I did.
And I'm gonna
Relax, everyone. Relax.
I used some of your stuff on a day that I got my formal observation. It was a dribbling thing from your website, and
Yes.
I just thought it was pretty cool to get to say thank you for that.
No, thank you. And I love making those gifts, because a lot of my students at home, they're non-speaking English students. So I've got to think of ways to verbalize with them using visuals. So for them, if you have visuals in your classroom, then they can see it straight away without me trying to talk to them, and it's just like a bit harder for them. So gifts are my favorite at the moment, definitely.
Super.
All right.
Okay, so last question of the night.
Yes.
Okay, it's a little bit more of a fun one, because that's what I do. I ask the fun ones. Tanner asks like all the business related ones, right? Okay, who wins in an arm wrestling match? Me or Tanner?
Can I see those guns again, Tanner? Oh, there's a bit of bulging there.
I can't even see where mine start or end, though.
Nah, I can see. Yeah.
But it's not about those. It's about the forearms.
But I was a soccer player. I got little.
And I used to watch Over the Top like all the time.
You know what? It's about the mindset. And I reckon Tanner will be like Clark Kent. He'll take off those glasses.
Dancing around the question, Christina.
Muscles. There it is.
Please. Okay. Honest. Who wins?
Look, I'm going to go for Tanner only because I reckon he can turn into Superman without those glasses on. He'll put the cape on, the guns will come out, the abs will come out, bang. Don't check the head.
Question. I was going to ask who wins between now me or you, I guess.
Well, you know what?
I mean, whatever.
I don't want to pump up my tires, but
the episode was going really well, Christina. It was going really well.
What do you want me to lie to you? Do you want me to stop? We'll record again?
I want you to remember who the host is.
No, all good, buddy. It's we can have it. We can have a go. We can have some fun, but this is awesome.
Who wins? You.
No, well, again, I'm not going to pump up my tires, but I am going to pump up my tires. I hold the national record for deadlifting of 180 kilos. So I know it's not an arm wrestle, but
hey, I know when I'm overmatched. I get it. I did not know that. So you win.
Yeah. So
okay. Hey, you guys, Christina, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on.
No worries.
Miss Phys Ed. So there you go. Aussie Phys Ed. Awesome. Hashtag Aussie Phys Ed.
Yeah.
This is the part of the show where we listen to goofy music. Maybe we dance a little bit, do one of these before we go to a footy match.
Yeah.
We really appreciate Christina being with us. Again, I am Jason Steele. With me, as always, Tanner Rose. Tanner, thanks for being here again.
Thanks, Christina.
Lots of fun, boys. Thank you so much. Keep it up, boys.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.